Welcome to Tar Heel Talks. Today I am with Emmy Fisher and Maddie Clahane from Carolina Cross Country. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
For the first time since 2014, the UNC women's cross country team has qualified for the 2020 NCAA Cross Country Championships. What has the lead up to this event been like?
It's definitely been abnormal because we did have our last cross country race in, I think, end of October or early November. And so it's like we kind of transitioned from cross country to track. And like we obviously were like thinking about like maybe we might get selected to go to the meet, but like we were in indoor track. So like our focus was on that. And then as soon as indoor track ended, we had just this like the selection show and we got picked. So it's like now we're thrown back into cross country season, which is kind of cool. But yeah, we've definitely been hoping and like wishing that we were going to get to this meet. So it's been cool. It's been in the back of our minds for sure for a few months. So
Yeah, and like to go off of that, it's been kind of a crazy and exciting year at the same time. Like starting with cross country, we didn't even know if we'd be able to complete the whole season. And like Maddie was saying, I guess the selection show was pretty much based off of the whole season, but we had no idea at the time that that would be what they decided on, like going to nationals. So yeah, I mean, it's been crazy going from cross to indoor and now back to cross, but it's all really exciting.
So Maddie, I want to branch off that and ask you, are there huge differences in your training for cross country versus track? Because as you mentioned, you're going from one to the next. So how does that differ?
I would say it's a little bit different. I would like for cross country, we do, I think, more like extended workouts, like tempo pace and stuff like that. And we try to stay on uneven surfaces. Like there's a gravel loop outside of our track, and we try to stay on that to like grow accustomed to like cross country surfaces being uneven. And then for track, as soon as that starts, we're mostly just practicing on the track, doing, I guess, a little bit of shorter reps, still some long stuff because we do still race like long distance events. But yeah, I guess I would just say like the terrain, I guess we train on is a bit different switching between seasons. But I mean, yeah, again, we're all like distance runners, so it doesn't change too much, but yeah.
And Emmy, you mentioned just all of the changes this season. So what have been some of those big changes that your team has had to adhere to and become accustomed to in such an unorthodox season?
I guess just like the protocols with COVID have been really interesting. And for cross country, some meets we could have people come and spectate, some meets we couldn't. We get tested like 2 to 3 times a week. And then indoor season was interesting because no one was allowed to come at all. So it was kind of like we had to bring all the energy that was there because we couldn't have anyone there watching. So yeah, it's been really interesting, but I think we've done a really good job at like rolling with the punches and kind of taking each situation as it comes.
Both of you have competed in indoor and outdoor events. So I'd love to know which of these events is your favorite and why.
Yeah, that's a hard question just because, well, I haven't raced too much outdoor, but I guess I would say between indoor and outdoor, I guess I'll just stick with indoor because I haven't really done much outdoor, but I guess I would say like I really like the DMR relay. I know that's not like an individual event, but that's my favorite event just because like you get to have all your teammates on that and it's like super exciting. And even this season when there was no like spectators allowed, we like really brought the energy, and it's just really cool to get to do an event with all your teammates rather than, kind of just being an individualized event. So yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah, I think for me, outdoor gets me like the most excited. I feel like indoor is like interesting because you don't have all the events, like people who throw javelin don't compete in indoor, and then you get to outdoor and it's kind of like the end of the year and everyone's outdoor kind of seems like what everyone's been training for all year long. And at this point it's been 2 years since anyone's been able to race outdoors. So there's I think a lot of like energy going into outdoors. So I'm super excited for that.
Lastly, what is the mentality for you both and your goals for this NCAA championship this weekend?
Yeah, so I think like the whole team's kind of going into this as, like we were one of the last teams selected, but that doesn't mean that we don't have a shot to compete really, really well. I think we've made a lot of progress since this fall when we competed. And I think we're all kind of going into like, kind of like make a mark, I guess I would say, because again, we haven't been since 2014, but I wouldn't say like we're necessarily happy with just being there. I think we really want to try to beat a lot of teams and kind of just, I don't know, for me it's my last cross country race ever, so it's like getting to work with my teammates one last time on the course. I think like is going to be a really cool experience, and yeah, we're just trying to beat as many teams as possible and work together to do that.
Yeah, to emphasize what Maddie was saying is like it's great that we made the meet and we're super excited about that, but like by no means is our work done. I think we still want to go out there and compete as hard as we possibly can. And I think where we're at right now is, even though we just had indoor, I think we're in a really great spot. So I think we can do something really great.
Thank you for joining me today, and best of luck to you both this weekend.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.